Hey guys, this is Ezra Kazuya, and I have a replay of an Ultra battle for you guys. If you're like me, the transition from Ultra, or from Large to Ultra is pretty hard to deal with. You know, when you go from Ultra to Large, or from Large to Ultra, excuse me, you have a big problem with what units are actually viable and available to you, because you want to use as much money as you can to get the best army. And what you find is pretty much armies are composed of, you know, not warrior monks, and I mean everything's pretty much a monk in this case. You know, matchlocks and you know, bull warrior monks or katana sam. You know, really expensive guys. I mean, guys that you normally would use in Large sort of phase out. You know, the lone swords. The bow, Ashigaru, you don't see them as much. It's pretty much you have only a couple units really available to you, and so it can be very challenging, especially because a lot of people have very high veterancy units too, like 999. Anyway, this is a replay sent to me by Teutonic Order, and he's Korean. I would have interviewed him, but you know, the language barrier is kind of difficult. So pretty much I'm going to do one of his replays, and he is playing Seven Samurai Mr. Miyagi. So I'm piggybacking up on Miyagi's last video. So anyways, this is a pretty good replay. The composition of Teutonic Order's army is pretty much what I just explained. It's mostly warrior monks. It's bow warrior monks and bow matchlock warrior monks. So, you know, you have to keep it strong in Ultra, or it's impossible to really, you know, do anything. Now, one thing that you're going to see from Teutonic Order that I find very cool is he gets rid of his horses on his general right from the start. His general's pretty much an infantry unit now. Before the game even starts, he just gets them off the horses, and that's that. So he's going to form up, and so while we're doing that, I'll go show you the rest of Miyagi's army. Miyagi's only one with cav, actually. He has a couple Yari. I think he has katana. So this is all Yari cav, and he should have Najinata warrior monks and katana samurai. Those is his army mostly. He doesn't have any range, and so this battle's going to get underway. What's going to happen here is Teutonic Order pretty much relies on stand and fight. That's his main core of his army. He pretty much will stand and fight. He's going to start it right now. And he uses these Yari Ashigaru as a cheap way to absorb any missile attacks that would actually go and try to hit the general over here. So one of Miyagi's Yari Cav got caught by the Great Guard over here. You know, Miyagi's trying to run around and try to find any opening he can exploit, and he wasn't really able to find one yet. And Teutonic Order pretty much took care of one Yari Cav. He's up one unit. So the strategy that Teutonic's going with is he's just going to hang out here and just wait for Miyagi to come get him. I mean, he has range superiority here. He doesn't have to worry about much of anything in terms of range, so he's just going to wait it out. And once Miyagi does come up, there's warrior monks, you know, pretty much the best melee unit in the game, ready to take on, you know, Miyagi's entire army. So Miyagi finally finds an opening. He's able to hit the matchlocks. He hits them in the back, and it looks like he's going to, you know, use his Yari Cav to, you know, hopefully swing around, hit as many archers as he can, do whatever damage possible. Now, the warrior monks here are going to use War Cry to, you know, try to rout any enemies as soon as possible. And all because of stand and fight, the leadership general here is going to increase the damage that can be done and the morale of all these Najinata warrior monks dramatically, and they already are extremely strong and full of morale. And he's able to use his archers to pound away at Mr. Miyagi's avatar. Bow warrior monks are extremely dangerous when sniping the general, and that probably won him the game right there. Only has 7 guys left. You know, he's running. You can only avoid him for so much, and you know, this monk army essentially has such high morale that the micromanaging necessary to win is very low. Not to say that his micromanaging isn't great. I think he does a great job. I like how he leaves this Yari Yashigaro right in the middle of the standard fight general. You know, I would not want to charge this with cavalry. I mean, even though they're Yari Yashigaro, they would still do crazy damage to any cavalry that comes up and tries to attack the general. So morale's looking good. The other thing too is he didn't have to charge in. His guys are not nearly as tired as Miyagi's. Miyagi's have just been pretty much sitting pretty and fighting the whole time. You know, he has his general still. Miyagi's trying to run him around and keep his alive. While, you know, there's all these monks sitting around full of morale. Miyagi looked for an opening. He had his cav over here just waiting. And he slammed into the back of the Yari Yashigaro. But his Yari cav are going to pay. There's no way to really stop that. And the amount of damage that's going to be done to his general is a little bit too late, as the Yari Yashigaro can rout the Yari cav quite easily. So you see Miyagi's guys getting even more tired, to the point where it looks like Teutonic's actually attacking melee with his bow warrior monks. Yep, and they have War Cry in full effect on both sides, just waiting for the first guy to rout. Katana Samurai just do not hold up as well as Najinata warrior monks. And you pretty much see that it's pretty much over at this point, even though Miyagi got a good hit on his general, but it's too late. The monks' morale's too good, they're too strong, too much damage, and Miyagi loses this one. Yep, so that's pretty much that. I want to thank Teutonic for sending me these replays. He sent me a bunch. This one's the most relevant at the moment, so I threw this one out here. He's a very good player. Most of you that are up there probably played him by now. I don't know how much criticizing you get for having an all-monk army, but I mean, with the options that you really have available in Ultra Battles, that's what you kind of have to roll with. So I actually think he's a great player. I think his strategy is pretty sound. Strategically, it's pretty good, and it worked here. So hopefully maybe I can do more replays of him in the future. But for now, that's it. I want to thank Teutonic Order, and of course Mr. Miyagi for just being in it. Alright guys, yeah, hope you're enjoying the videos. Subscribe, friend me on Facebook, all that, more will come.